Hey everybody, it's StarAllianceMan here, and today I have another update for my model airport. I've made a few updates so far of this new layout that I got a few months ago, and it's totally custom. None of this is replicating any particular airport. I actually worked with Layover Layouts, which I'm sure you might have heard of on Instagram. He does these designs for people where you'll be able to basically tell him what kind of designs you're looking for in terms of terminal layouts and stuff like that, and he can pretty much hook you up and print you one of these really awesome model airport layouts. So yeah, this one is based in Southern California. It is between Los Angeles and San Diego primarily, and serving some international carriers as well as the classic domestics. And United so far has a bit of a focus city here, I would say, with a few international long-haul destinations as well. So really cool stuff, and I want to thank you for watching this video as we jump in to some of the action. So in today's video, we are going to be filming this during the midday period. So sometime between 11 and 1 o'clock, we're going to be having some Asian departures here. As you can see, we have Cathay Pacific, ANA, Asiana as well, going to be taxiing to runway 26 over there. This is a single runway model airport, so I know it seems pretty busy right now, but obviously we have a lot of aircraft departing. We have some aircraft that are arriving as well, and I will cover some of the other stuff over there on the maintenance base and stuff like that. But firstly, we will jump into what I would call Terminal A here, or Terminal 1 here at the airport, where United Airlines is the main carrier. So here we just have a couple wide bodies, obviously some classic narrow bodies that you would expect to see. We will first start off with this aircraft over here, the United 737-800 in the Star Alliance livery. This one will be doing a service to Denver. Up next, we have a United 777-200. This is a non-ER, so it's powered by the Pratt & Whitney engines, the 4000s. So this aircraft, it will be doing a domestic service actually over to Honolulu. Next to that, we have a United A319 with service to San Francisco. Next to that, we have United 787-9. This one will be doing a long-haul service to Tokyo Haneda. And then here we have a couple modifications to the original layout. I have actually added a couple taxi lines here just for, or the gate markings for these two narrow bodies. So we have a United 737-800, that first one in the old livery with a service to Washington Dulles, and a new livery one with a service to Chicago O'Hare. And up next, I actually have two brand new aircraft. This one is the CRJ-200. So I did pick up two of these. I am just really happy to have them. In pretty much any hub that United Airlines operates, you're gonna see CRJ-200s. So it was kind of vital that I pick up some of these. I'm actually not too opposed to them. I know they're a very popular, a very rather hated aircraft in the U.S. just because of the customer experience, and I would tend to agree with that. But at least the livery looks pretty good on these, and we just have a little section for them here where they can kind of pull in, and they have just a couple spots for them, so we can kind of go down the stairs here, and then they can sort of access via some ramps, which hopefully I'll be picking up real ramps soon. So that is it for the United terminal. And up next we have Terminal B. So you can pretty much visit this terminal just by going underground via a escalator and then a moving walkway. So we have a few international carriers here. Mostly it's going to be some Star Alliance carriers, but in this case we have Virgin Atlantic, and this is the 787-9 with a service to London Heathrow. Next to that, we have the Singapore A350-900. This one is by Phoenix Models with a service to Singapore. That is the nonstop flight here from the airport. And up next, I'll just kind of move over this side. You can see a little bit more about what's going on at this gate. We have the Aeromexico 737-800 with a service to Mexico City. Next to that, we have a Delta connection. So this is the CRJ-900, which is a brand new release from Gemini Jets. I did manage to pick up one of these, and very happy to do so, just because of how rare they are now. But awesome aircraft. And we have this one just coming in now from Salt Lake City. Up next, we have a Frontier A321 with a service to Cleveland. Next to that, we have another Frontier. This is the A320 with a service to Denver. And over here, we have a couple JetBlue aircraft. We have the JetBlue A321neo with a service to Boston. And then another, the A321 with a service to New York JFK. And then moving a little bit towards the end of the terminal, we have the Delta A220-100 just parking here. That's going to be doing a service to Seattle a little bit later on. And then we have a little bit of a background shot with some of the ground services for the main terminal. So everybody would enter the airport through here, and that's going to cover pretty much the first half of the airport with those two concourses. And as we move on, we go back to the original shot at the beginning of this video, is pretty much the satellite concourse. So this is Terminal C, where we have a lot of our international departures. We also have Alaska Airlines, we have American Airlines parking here, along with a few other domestic and various international carriers. So I will first start with some of the wide bodies down here. We have the British Airways 787-10 going to London Heathrow. Next to that, we have the Korean Air 777-300ER. This one will be doing a service to Seoul. We have the Hawaiian. This is the NG Models Hawaiian A330-200 in the new livery with a service to Honolulu. Then next to that, we have the Aviation 400. This is actually a brand new model from them. I'm not sure if anyone has made a similar one to this with the Asia World City, I think is what it says over there, next to Cathay Pacific. Under the Hong Kong little part on it. But yeah, this is a really awesome livery. I know it's the old one, but still looks really good, I think, on the 777. And this aircraft will be doing a service to Hong Kong. And next to that, we have the Asiana. This is the A350-900, just taxiing out for Seoul. And then as we look at some of the domestic aircraft we do have a few aircraft taxiing, but before we get to those, we have just a couple Alaska aircraft, the 737-900 with a service to Seattle, a 737-800 next to that with a service to Portland. And up here we have the Alaska A321neo with a service to New York JFK, a American 737-800 in the One World livery with a service to Dallas-Fort Worth, the Viva Airbus A320 with a service to Guadalajara. And over here we have a couple taxiing aircraft. We have the MAX 9 with a service to Anchorage. And then as we move forward, we have a couple more regionals. Both of these will be heading up to somewhere in Northern California. We have the E175 with a service to Fresno, and then the American Eagle E175 with a service to San Francisco. Next to that, we have the ANA, All Nippon Airways 787-9. This is taxiing out for Tokyo Haneda. And just a bit of a cool shot here as we look at some of the aircraft that will be taking off. So yeah, we have runway 26 here with a UPS 757 just about to line up. We have another Alaska E175. This one is in the Veterans livery actually, so that's just going to be taxiing out right now to the runway, and that will be doing a service to Everett. And over here we have the Air Canada A220-300 with a service to Toronto. We have a Spirit. This is a A320neo just arriving in from Las Vegas. And just while we're on this side of the airport, we do have a couple aircraft that we have sitting on the stands. These are mainly aircraft that arrive early in the morning. We'll be departing later at night. So we have the Qantas 787-9. We have the Air New Zealand 787-9. We have the LATAM 767-300, which will be doing a service to Santiago. And then we have the U.S. Navy. This is actually the P-8 Poseidon. So just kind of sitting here for now. They do have a couple parking spots if they need to use them for U.S. military purposes. So they do have a spot there, just going to be taking that up for now. And up next we have a mini United sort of base here. You know, this is just some aircraft that they have just kind of lying around. The 767 is actually just doing a little bit of maintenance before a flight to Newark this evening. And then we have just a couple narrow bodies here, just kind of sort of short-term storage and just getting some work done on the outside. If we look a little bit over though towards the other side of this hangar, we actually do have a United 787-9 inside there, along with this American 787. This aircraft actually just arrived from Shanghai and will be taxiing over to its gate. And then as we round out the model airport, we have just a few aircraft here at the cargo terminal. We actually have two separate terminals here, along with sort of a central area. So you'll see it says Cargo Center, and then we have some of the airline logos on each of the little places to load up, where the trucks will load up and then deliver to the final destination. Here we just have two China Airlines cargos. The China Airlines cargo 777, this one is a brand new model from Gemini Jets, and there's actually a little detail in here that they added on the wings. You can see that very edge of the wing there is something new, so they kind of, I don't know, I'm sure there's a technical detail that's called, but they just kind of go back a little bit more, something that Aviation 400 has already done. And then we also have the China Airlines cargo 747-400 as well, just going to be loading up for a flight to Anchorage. And then lastly, we have a FedEx MD-11, which will be flying to Memphis as usual. So that is pretty much the whole model airport. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I hopefully will be posting some more updates of this airport. Like I said, it's pretty much a custom design, and we have hopefully a good variety of carriers. One of the questions I was getting asked earlier was about Southwest Airlines, considering that this airport is based somewhere between LA and San Diego. It would kind of seem logical for them to fly here, and frankly, I agree. We don't have a lot of space here, so what I'm hoping is that Southwest will be joining sometime soon. We're kind of working with them right now as the head of the airport, so hopefully they'll be starting service soon to Las Vegas, Denver, and Chicago Midway, but that service has not yet begun. So I do have some Southwest aircraft when those start, and hopefully that's going to be sometime in the near future. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, any feedback, I would much appreciate it. I always try to add as much detail as I can in these airports, and hopefully this is one of the cooler updates I've done. But once again, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, you can always follow me on Instagram. I am StarAllianceMan on Instagram. And please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I will see you in the next video.